there should be hundreds of thousands and millions of people descending on Washington, D.C.
So, hopefully we'll get some of that work back in shape. In fact, if we don't, you could have literally millions of deaths.
Do you think that Elon Musk's life is in danger, in jeopardy? Should Elon Musk get Secret Service protection?
Now, obviously, a lot of people, who are taking advantage of the government are going to be upset about that. So I probably need a lot of security.
While most legacy media channels are happy to pick up government contracts and grab taxpayer money, they aren't very keen on showing you this.
This is the time when we have to stand up and to fight, to not stand on the sidelines, to have people by the millions are going to have to stand up and protest. When we come back here the next time, there should be hundreds of thousands and millions of people descending on Washington, D.C.
Look, to be absolutely clear, Senator Ed Markey did mention the word protest. However, he also casually asked millions of people to descend on Washington. Now, looking at this video, you might think he's so angry because President Trump just started a war or something. But the truth is that these guys are fuming because our president decided to close an agency.
We will win. We will win. We will win. We will win. We won't rest. We won't rest. We won't rest.
Well, maybe they're mad because this agency is involved in all these good things.
$2 million for sex changes in Guatemala, $6 million to fund tourism in Egypt, $20 million on a new Sesame Street show in Iraq, $4.5 million to combat disinformation in Kazakhstan.
I've already dissected the real purpose of this absolutely insane organization, so check out that video to see the real dark side of USAID. Today, I just want to show you the unhinged reaction we are seeing from liberal lawmakers and influencers on this subject. For instance, Charlie Kirk posted this on his X account. A Boston University employee, Jared May, has posted a call for 6 young DOGE employees to be murdered. Boston University should lose all federal grants and funding if May isn't fired immediately. Now, I blurred that screenshot because it's basically a disgusting poster that says those young men are wanted dead or alive. It also blames these kids for finding out all the crazy information about all these fraudulent practices by USAID and other such agencies. And the reason why some nutjob posted this is because their own leaders are basically blaming extremely intelligent and autistic kids for Elon's actions. Just look at what AOC said.
This dude is probably one of the most unintelligent billionaires I have ever met or seen or witnessed. Which, you can probably even glean that from watching these people on TV. Anyways, all of that is to say is that they don't do their homework. Clearly, they're putting 19-year-olds in at the Treasury. This dude is not smart. And the danger in the lack of intelligence and the lack of expertise that Elon has. I mean, this guy is one of the most morally vacant, but also just least knowledgeable about these systems that we really know of. But the point is that what that means is that they're going to hit a button inevitably. They are going to hit a button and things can go sideways.
Now, one commenter was quick to point out the irony in her statement. They wrote, "The bartender telling the guy who builds rockets and designs electric vehicles that he's not intelligent is peak retardation." Look, the simple fact is that Elon Musk is living rent-free in the heads of these crazed politicians.
When we open up the Senate every single morning, we don't pledge allegiance to the billionaires. We don't pledge allegiance to Elon Musk. We don't pledge allegiance to the creepy 22-year-olds working for Elon Musk.
Billionaire and his team have been given full and unfettered access to our taxpayer money and our government. We just tried to enter the Treasury building as members of Congress, and we will, because we need to provide oversight to Elon Musk and his team. We don't know what they're doing behind these closed doors.
We cannot allow Elon Musk and a small group of people to secretly behind closed doors.
Yes!
Even Bill Gates decided to chime in and explain his connection to USAID.
My foundation partners with USAID on nutrition and getting vaccines out, and there's incredible people.
He also gave this ominous warning.
So hopefully we'll get some of that work back in shape. In fact, if we don't, you could have literally millions of deaths. So
Now, what's bizarre is that people keep saying no one elected Elon Musk to do any of this. I mean, did you guys not see any of Donald Trump's rallies? He and Musk straight up said what they were going to do, and now that they're actually doing it, you are surprised somehow. And why in the world are we getting mad at a guy who's not benefiting from any of this and telling us how we were robbed?
If someone, robbed a fucking bank, okay, let's talk about a hypothetical before we get into the real shit real quick. If someone robbed a bank, someone watched the security footage, saw who robbed the bank, told you who robbed the bank, you caught who robbed the bank, are you gonna be mad at the person that robbed the fucking bank or the person that told you were being robbed? Okay, that's what's going on with Elon Musk right now. For those of you that don't understand, okay, Elon Musk was hired for the Department of Government Efficiency. What does the Department of Government Efficiency do? What is its main number one goal? To make sure that our government is running efficiently, dumbasses. And here you are, literally trying to shoot the fucking messenger because he is showing you that a lot of our money is being wasted on shit that is not needed.
I mean, if Elon Musk was really using Donald Trump for his own benefit, why would he allow Mr. President to end an electric car mandate that directly helped his business? Now, the problem is this kind of violent talk and speeches about marching on the Capitol are not even being condemned by anyone in the mainstream media. Luckily, the White House was quick to slam the media for their mysterious silence.
If you heard that type of violent, enticing rhetoric from our side of the aisle, from Republican leaders on Capitol Hill, I think there would be a lot more outrage in this room today. It's unacceptable, the comments that have been made by these Democrat leaders, and frankly, they don't even know what they're talking about. Because President Trump was elected with a mandate from the American people to make this government more efficient. He campaigned across this country with Elon Musk, vowing that Elon was going to head up the Department of Government Efficiency, and the two of them, with a great team around them, were going to look at the receipts of this federal government and ensure it's accountable to American taxpayers. That's all that is happening here, and for Democrat officials to incite violence and encourage Americans to take to the streets is incredibly alarming, and they should be held accountable for that rhetoric.
Now, unfortunately, when you're fighting these deep state actors, your life is always at risk. We already know that people have tried to take out Elon before. He's even admitted that he is putting himself in danger by doing this.
Now, obviously, a lot of people, who are taking advantage of the government are going to be upset about that. So I probably need a lot of security.
However, he also says that someone has to do it, and I absolutely agree with him on this.
But it's got to be done. And if it's not done, we'll just go bankrupt, and then...
Now, Elon isn't the only one whose life is in danger, apparently. Donald Trump was also warned about a possible threat to him, but he gave an epic response to this.
Why say that you're unhappy to sign it if it's Iran and their proxies who have threatened to retaliate against you and your team by killing you guys for taking out Soleimani?
Well, they haven't done that, and that would be a terrible thing for them to do, not because of me. If they did that, they would be obliterated. That would be the end. I've left instructions. If they do it, they get obliterated. There won't be anything left. And they shouldn't be able to do it. And Biden should have said that, but he never did. I don't know why, lack of intelligence, perhaps. But he never said it. If that happens to a leader, or close to a leader, frankly, if you had other people involved also, you would call for total obliteration of a state that did it. That would include Iran.
Now, in other news, I want to talk about the crazy secrecy we've seen so far regarding the identity of the Black Hawk pilot.
So are we just going to pretend that it's not strange at all that we waited so long to discover the name of the Black Hawk pilot? And then once we did learn the pilot's name, we not only learned that she was an aide in the Biden administration, but everything about her online, every single piece of social media, every post was gone. And then, since we've learned that, almost complete and total radio silence. Like just nothing. A Black Hawk helicopter flies into a plane. And it was the biggest news. It was all the mainstream media could talk about until we learned who the pilot was. And then almost on that exact same day, we learned who the pilot was. They finally put that information out. And then there was nothing to learn about this woman anywhere. Not a single post to be found, not a social media account that existed, nothing. All we learned was that she was 28 years old and she used to be an aide in the Biden administration. And then nothing. We're just going to pretend that's not strange.
He's asking a pretty legitimate question. I mean, even the newspapers were wondering why Rebecca Loebach's name was kept in the dark for so long. Now, some newspapers are saying it was done to respect her family's wishes. Some say they did it because they didn't want any backlash to go her way. But then why did they remove her entire online presence? Maybe because they didn't want us to know that she worked in the White House. But I think there is more to this. If every single legacy media platform was forced to stay silent on this, you can bet some very powerful people gave the order. We know Donald Trump didn't do it, so I'm curious to find out who actually did. And that reminds me that we are one step closer to finding out the names of all the people on Epstein's list because Pam Bondi was confirmed by the Senate.
On this vote, the yeas are 54, the nays are 46. The nomination is confirmed. Under the previous order, the motion to reconsider is considered made and laid upon the table, and the President will be immediately notified of the Senate's action.
And this is what our new Attorney General has said about Epstein's clients.
Plane a couple times, multiple times. He traveled internationally with Jeffrey Epstein, and he was on the plane called the Lolita Express. And if people in that report are still fighting to keep their names private, Sean, they have no legal basis to do so unless they're a child, a victim.
Now, it's on us to keep pushing her to release those names ASAP because I can't even imagine how many billionaires are going to be on the run once that happens. Now, while all of this was going on, Donald Trump signed another very consequential executive order.
Watch what I do, and then I'm going to give you some pens, okay? Are you ready? What a nice picture this is, huh, Governor? You ready? We'll do a good job. Wait, let me press that. I want to make this a really good signature because this is a big one, right? Oh, I think we have a 10. We have a 10.
God bless you, Mr. President.
Pretty good, huh? I see that. Okay? Good. Now you're going to go out and win those events, right?
He also came with receipts and tried to justify why he wouldn't want LeBron James to be playing in the WNBA.
Last year, a male cyclist posing as a woman competed in the 800-mile Arizona Trail Race, a very big deal in cycling, and obliterated the women's course record by nearly 5.5 hours. In 2023, a man in women's powerlifting broke 2 world records and outlifted his closest female opponent in one event by 440 pounds.
Now, before ending this video, I want to show you what happened when the House Oversight Committee tried to pass a motion to subpoena Elon Musk.
Who is this unelected billionaire that he can attempt to dismantle federal agencies, fire people, transfer them, offer them early retirement, and have sweeping changes to agencies without any congressional review, oversight, or concurrence. Therefore, Mr. Chairman, given his prominence and his importance, I move that the committee subpoena Elon Musk to come before it as a witness at the earliest possible moment. And I so move.
There's been a motion and second. The motion is not debatable.
Order.
No, we don't listen to demagogues.
Data,
Out of
and
order.
you will not
Out of
even
order.
entertain
Out of order.
a motion to bring this
Well, if you didn't allow Congressman James Comer to prosecute Hunter Biden, you can be damn sure he's going to fight tooth and nail to protect Elon Musk. And that's going to do it for today, folks. I'm looking forward to hearing your thoughts on all of this. Do you think what Elon is doing is good? Feel free to share your opinion with everyone in the comments section below. I truly appreciate you taking the time to watch today's video, and I'll see you in the next one.